Alright, so this sketchbook is from 2020. It was supposed to be part of a series, which is why I put Sketchbook 1. It's not the first sketchbook that I've done, it's just the first one of that year. Turns out I didn't even finish that year. I just finished this year, which is 2024. So it took me a bit of time on and off to finish it, but it was worth it. I learned a lot. I drew a lot outside of this sketchbook, which is why it took so long to finish. I just kept coming back to it whenever I remembered that I had it. But yeah. And I know you're supposed to write something here. I never do. I keep my sketchbooks at home unless I go out, but like I don't set them down and walk away from them, so I never felt the need to put my information in here. But it might be something I should do, especially if I plan on traveling a lot more lately. This sticker here is from my best friend Reese. I put his page in the description below. And so this is the first page. It's a bit chaotic. There's head studies, there's random characters. That's a cartoon head, a skull, and then a random monkey here. It's a bit all over the place, and then I got some notes. But I did start this January 1st, 2020. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is from a schoolism class. It was a homework assignment to draw a dog, and it turned out pretty well. It was my first time doing a schoolism class, so it was a bit easy to follow along with. It was self-paced, so can't complain there. And then this is just some notes for myself, just to remember as I'm working through this sketchbook. I'm really big on anatomy. Throughout the sketchbook, the main focus was kind of like the skull and the upper torso. So you see a lot of that throughout this book. I don't bother rendering too much in this sketchbook. I just feel like the purpose of it is to get the idea down and kind of keep it moving. So I'm not sitting in one spot too long as far as practice. So I can get that mileage in. But this is more of the same, some more skulls, breaking down the head into the different areas as far as placement of features. Oh, this is one of the creators of Crump. His name's Tight Eyes. I was watching one of his dance videos on Instagram, and I wanted to try to jot down some of his poses throughout the video just to capture his movement, not necessarily for animation, but just for reference of dynamic poses and whatnot. And then we got more skulls rotating in space there. More anatomy, some stuff I covered up. Yeah, I can't get under there. I taped it down. This drawing on the left was from a Facebook Live event where I was sketching there. And I also took some suggestions of what to draw here on the right hand side. So I have like a Snorlax and some random Nikes and some platform shoes. Came out pretty cool. More sketches of that same model from the last page. I had some craft paper laying around, so I decided to turn that into a shirt. I have some origami paper I really wanted to try that with, but it was really small, so it wouldn't fit. But I'll probably try that later on in another sketchbook. More sketches. I really like this figure here, but I feel like I messed up on the face and I stopped just because I didn't like how the face turned out and I didn't want to ruin the rest of the sketch. At that time, I was still kind of new to figure drawing, and I was kind of babying my drawings, and I didn't want to mess them up. Now I really don't care if I mess them up, but back then they were really precious to me, so I didn't bother rendering it further. Same with this one on the right here. This one on the right here was practice for a mural that we were doing locally. It was a Harriet Tubman mural. If I have a picture of it, I'll insert it, but I just had to practice that style of drawing the portrait in order to fit the guidelines for the mural. And then this is more of that model on the left hand side. More notes and skulls and some eye studies at the bottom, just trying to figure out how the eye sits in the socket, not just drawing it flat like this one here. But yeah, just keep on studying. This is a drawing from my daughter. I let her draw my sketchbook because she really wanted to, and I didn't see any problem with it, and it looks really cute. I love it. Really adds to the sketchbook to me. On the right hand side, it's just another skull, and then more of that model from before, but I just separated his head to show like the inside of it from the bottom. This page isn't anything special. I just bought a new pencil that I wanted to try out. I think it was like a red-orange coal erase pencil, and I was pretty obsessed with it when I got it, so I drew this whole page with it. And then I have some scribbles from my daughter at the bottom here as well. Got some gesture studies here. These are 1 minute and 45 seconds each. The main focus was line of action. I really struggled with line of action back then. Just trying to figure out how the weight distributes throughout the body. Yeah, that was that. More figures. This one took a little longer because I was trying to figure out. I did the silhouette first, and then I'm gonna do the figure after, just to match it. This is my first time doing it that way, so it took me a little bit longer to draw the figure, but I feel like I got a good understanding of it now. And then it's just the skull again, and then some more notes. Lots of notes in this sketchbook. We're gonna skip these. These were like 20 seconds and they came out terrible. These are 1 minute. This one on the right was a drawing I did on Facebook and Instagram Live. I took a pose and I just created a character with it and put him in space with these. They're more like they're balloons. A lot of people said it looked like intestines, but they're just balloons, and it's just to help the character float to me. I didn't see it anything further than that, but a lot of people said they interpreted it as intestines or brains or something. It was weird, but I like how the drawing came out. I really like how it came out. And then there's just some more notes on the left hand side. Nothing special there. I think there's something about Final Fantasy, so I was trying to remember the name of a movie before I forgot. This drawing was really good. It still is, but the pen I was using was a cheap like gel pen, and I smudged the mustache and I tried to like erase it, and that made it worse, so ended up messing up the face. It's still okay. I wanted to tear it out at the time, but I left it in here. Glad I left it in there. Yeah, the composition is good to me. Oh, and I thought I could draw Gundams, and I had these cheap markers. They were like dollar store markers, and they dried just as quick as they hit the page. They dried up, so there's nothing worth doing on that page. More anatomy of the skull on the left here, and then right says, yeah, definitely not finishing. So there's something under here I didn't want to finish. I just put a sticky note over and drew a figure on top. Oh, under this, so this is a sketch I did that I ended up scanning and then coloring in Procreate. So that's what this is here. And to the right is just a character I created. It's a mech helmet. There's a few of these in here. Not this same helmet, but same concept. Super lightly drawn figure, so we're gonna skip that. Lots of notes though. And these figures were lightly drawn as well, but I went over them with a graphite pencil, and I stopped doing that just because I noticed that after doing that, the poses look stiff. Like they lose the looseness and gestural feeling that they had before. Because when I went over them with the graphite, I was trying to correct things and try to perfect it, and that ultimately made it look stiff. So I don't do that anymore. I either just go right in with graphite, or I'll just use the color erase and leave it as it is. Another figure. Here's another one of those characters I was talking about. So we're in 2021 now, so we're a year in. More studies of the head rotating in space, as well as another skull with just a bunch of notes. Like I said, I'm big on trying to remember the landmarks and how to draw the skull, so my figures don't, when I do finish pieces, the heads don't look distorted or the proportions aren't off. Just some boxes rotating in space here. Cicada, beetle, random cat. This is a tattoo design I did for a friend. I don't have a picture of the tattoo, but to upload to the video, but it looks really nice. It came out pretty cool. This is just a figure here from 2022. This is a Tom Fox study. I had bought his book, and it turned out to be way more complex than I initially thought it was going to be. So I didn't keep up with it. It's something I'm gonna have to come back to now because I have a better understanding of the concepts now. But back then it was a lot to take in. This is another sketch that I did here and then scanned and colored in Procreate. To the right is a sketch I did for a time-lapse video for Instagram. I hadn't posted in about a year or so I did a time-lapse video and posted that, just drawing it, and it came out pretty cool. These are some artist goals I had for, I did a mural class here in town, and they had us write down some goals that we had, so I did that. And then on the right hand side, even though you can barely see it because of the Copic marker that's coming through the page, I didn't know they would bleed through the page the way they did. But some more studies from Tom Fox's book, and like I said, there's a lot of planes that I wasn't familiar with that took a lot to draw, so I had to take a step back from that. Just a message, don't overthink it. Figure. I love her outfit, so that's why I ended up drawing it. It's a picture from Pinterest. More of the same. Now we're in 2023, so year 3. Just a lot of anatomy here, anatomy of the arm. I believe this is from Tom Fox as well, because I can tell by like all the planes in the arm, or the muscle layout. That looks like his diagram, if I'm not mistaken. It reminds me of it. And then yeah, it's just a figure and some more breakdowns and notes. Oh yeah, I remember this. It was a cheap color pencil. I keep having run-ins with cheap materials. I didn't do my research before as to what materials were good and what results they give out. This colored pencil, yeah, I don't know if it's a colored pencil or the paper. I'm leaning more towards the paper, but yeah, it just didn't turn out good, so I stopped there. And it's one of the few times where I really wanted to add color to something, and I kind of started and then backed out because of how it came out. There was no fixing it. And then these are just some figures on the right hand side. This was a piece for a mural, but that project fell through, so I didn't even finish the sketch. Some figure studies in purple coal erase. We are in September of 2023. Some hands, and then guy with a guitar. More of the same. Getting better, especially from the beginning to now. More fluid. This at the time was my favorite figure, just given the pose and the outfit. I can see what's wrong with it now, but I don't want to take away from it. At the time, it was really good to me. It was some of my best work. Portrait I never finished. Another figure here on the right. This one I ended up scanning and coloring digitally. I don't have a print of that one. I just have it on Instagram. And then this is just another study. More sketches and whatnot. Kind people are my kind of people. Sometimes I'll put like a little message in there for me in the sketchbook just so I can laugh or just remember something. This is when I thought I could draw buildings, where I attempted to draw a building. I saw a picture on Pinterest and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I should try to draw that. And halfway through the beginning stage, I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I prefer drawing people, and at some point I am gonna have to learn how to draw environments, but at that time I just didn't see the importance of it, so I stopped. I have some other ones like on loose leaf paper. I have to find them for a separate video, but yeah, they didn't turn out as well as this one. And then this is just a portrait on the side with that same coal erase pencil from earlier in the sketchbook. Again with the paper, it's an illo sketchbook. The paper doesn't really blend well with those kind of pencils. I'm not sure why, but yeah. Bunch of random stuff here. Skulls rotating in space. Some hairstyles that I saw. Some more figures. Fingers, hands, I think everybody struggles with them at some point. This finger here looks wonky, but the good thing is I drew it. I at least practiced. I still practice to this day, every day on hands to get better, just because they don't get any easier, seems like it. So this is just a breakdown. And then we were watching Luca, so I drew a scooter, added a little extra to it. Yeah, came out pretty cool. I really wanted to color it, but just didn't come back to it. This is super light. I don't know if it's gonna show up. Worth staring at. Another message to myself, because there's only one page left after this one, so just pushing myself to finish. First one I finished in a while, so I was like, I need to just finish. I'm already here. And this is just some studies from a reference pack I got on Gumroad of some soldiers, and I just found them really, really interesting. So I was like, I fill a spread with them. I plan on doing a lot more because they're really interesting. And this is our last page with a blank page. Should have filled that, but we're done. We're here. Another soldier from that reference pack that I just mentioned. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. I had a great time filling this out. I can't wait to do the next one. It won't take me nearly as long because I have a lot of free time now. But yeah, if you enjoy this, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.